I want to talk about something that's both happening to other people, but it's personal to me. It has to do with immigration. I want to tell you something. I don't know what this is. This view that is part of it's part of a whole part of the population, part of the senators, a congressman, everybody. This view they have of immigrants and undocumented immigrants and things. There's something I don't understand, and I think these people are so sick with this saying, but the whole point of view, not just not having the reform or this and that. No, they must be so. Let me tell you something. See, my family, my grandfather came here when he was like 15 or something. I mean, he was like a kid, and he came into Ellis Island, and the way people were treated there was not very nice. One reason they got everyone's name wrong, like why his name was like Kupferstein, but they stamped it like Kupferstein, like that's they were treating them like shit, so that goes along with it. It wasn't a misunderstanding. It was just like they were treating them all like shit and putting them in. I mean, now you have to get your vaccine. I mean, the people are treated like dog shit at Ellis Island is what happened. Then they come in, they're teenagers, okay? They realize that, but it's not actually a better life. They came in the hills of Warsaw. What he's realizing is he's treated like shit, and they're desperately poor in America. Oh, we thought this was a better life. Okay, and this is actually maybe worse than the mountains of Warsaw. And then 2 years later, he was called up to serve, and he was drafted into something called World War I. He certainly had no fucking idea what that was about, and then he came back to America not that okay, and for some reason, instead of telling people he was from Poland the rest of his life, he told people he's from Germany, which which was wrecked in the First World War. These are not people that were treated well. Eventually, he got in with the wrong friends, and he was no longer available to raise the family. So when the lady who immigrated from Sicily isn't going to be able to do much. So I'm saying my father they couldn't live on welfare. Government assistance. Look, I know FDR, whoever was there at the time. I know that's great to put in social assistance, but it's an awful way to live. So he dropped out of school in the 8th grade and went to work in the printing plants, and then because they were poor, like Jewish people with immigrant fathers, they're treated like shit there, but they did him the service like hiding him in the dumpster when the labor inspector would come. Okay, see, here's the thing. I don't want immigrants treated like shit, and if they're undocumented, then they earn the right to be here more than the congressman. They were just born here. They didn't take any risk to get here.